Now, recently, it was revealed that AT&T paid Michael Cohen's shell company hundreds of thousands of dollars for access to the Trump administration. Now, of course, they don't admit that. They're like, no, what are you talking about? All we were doing was we were just getting consulting services, and we were trying to get some insight into the administration. We'll just call it what it is. It's corruption, but it's legalized corruption. Now, that looks both bad for Donald Trump and Michael Cohen, of course. And look how it looks bad for Trump, of course, is that here's Trump's fixer, the really close guy, getting paid by big corporations. They don't care so much about that. And one of these corporations happens to be connected to a Russian oligarch. So that's how it kind of ties into the Mueller investigation. Mueller's already talked to that guy. And so we'll see what happens on that front. But the real story is about how corruption is basically pervasive in the Trump administration. Now, the other part about this is how bad it looks for AT&T. Now, let me give you some details on that payment. The Washington Post reported earlier that AT&T gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to Michael Cohen in order to get what they call advice on their $85 billion merger with Time Warner. Now, that merger is held up in the Justice Department right now, with them saying, oh, we're opposed to this because we don't want to hand over more media consolidation. We don't want AT&T getting that much bigger by merging with Time Warner. That's nice. That's popular. It's not true at all. In reality, of course, it's because of CNN. But anyway, according to documents, AT&T paid Essential LLC, as Michael Cohen's group, over $600,000. Now, that went into the pocket of Michael Cohen and possibly Donald Trump. Now, if it went into the pockets of Donald Trump, well, that could be a campaign violation. If it went into Michael Cohen's pockets, well, that's still corruption, but unfortunately it's legal corruption. Now, as I said before, they claim, oh, no, this was this advice. We just wanted to know. We wanted some insight in the administration. No, this was a way to get access so they could try to lobby Trump to get their merger approved. Now, why would they want to do that? It's because there's billions of dollars potentially on the line. So, of course, they're like, well, yeah, we're going to try to get every single advantage that we can. That makes sense. That's why they did this in the Obama administration. They do this in old administrations because our system is fundamentally corrupt. And that's how you get your priorities put before the president where you can make your case. You give giant donations through fake shell companies. Now, again, Donald Trump, as I mentioned before, he wasn't interested. So Republicans could go and claim, he's taken such a principled stand against AT&T and against big corporations. But in reality, as I said before, Time Warner deal has to do with his arch nemesis, CNN. He hates CNN. He's like, get the fake news, hate them. Anything that has to do with CNN, anything that's going to help CNN, no, I won't do it. Justice Department, Jeff Sessions, go get him. Go get him for me. Fake news. So, okay, look. All right. So, CNN, that's why they don't want, Donald Trump doesn't want this deal approved. So, and that's why, of course, the suit that's in front of the Justice Department is purely retaliatory. So, there you go. Now, knowing Trump's position, one could wonder, then why did Cohen take the money in the first place from AT&T? Wait, that's a dumb question. It's money. Somebody hands you money, you're going to take it, right? And look, that's because just like Donald Trump, Michael Cohen is a con man. You don't think that somebody who hangs around Donald Trump could also end up being a con man just like Donald Trump? Nobody believes that. Look, here's the thing. I think it's likely Cohen knew that this was never going to go through, and he's just like, it's business. I'm going to take the money. I'm just going to take the money. Who wouldn't take the money? And it's very possible that Donald Trump also took the money, while all knowing that, stupid AT&T. Yeah, of course they're going to take your money. I mean, look, that's what he does. He gyps people, right? And the reason that he does that is he's not actually worth $10 billion. He's actually not rich, well, compared to what he says he's worth. He is not near worth a fraction of that. So now, and it's funny because I love how the media keeps asking when they report this, well, what could Cohen possibly know about complex matters related to telecommunications companies to warrant the payments? That's not the right question. That's the wrong question. I mean, look, we already know the answer, right? They hired him to get access to the president. Again, this is pure corruption. And unfortunately, very normal in our broken campaign finance system. Now, it also happens to be that Cohen is extra slimy, just like his boss, and just decided, I'm going to take the money. I'm going to take the money and run. But see, understand that that's why everybody is shocked at this. That's why this is big news. That's why this is a scandal. As I said before, this is normal. I had some quotes when I did the story yesterday that was related to this, where lobbyists are like, yeah, half the buildings on K Street do this with every administration. This is not new. This is not that big of a deal. Every administration does it. Well, why then is the media flipping out about this pay-to-play scandal? Well, that's because Michael Cohen ripped off rich people. He didn't give them their expected return on investment. In fact, this is why AT&T's CEO Randall Stephenson had released a memo earlier calling the hiring of Cohen a big mistake. Quote, to be clear, everything we did was done according to the law and entirely legitimate. Well, the law that you lobbied to help change. But the fact is, our past association with Cohen was a serious misjudgment. You know why? It's because you got conned. You didn't get what you wanted. You paid him $600,000 and got pretty much nothing for it. No consulting services, no actual access to the president, no help on your $85 billion merger. Donald Trump already made up his mind. It's not like he was open about it, and that you could, if you just got a meeting with him and explained to him how that could benefit him and all that stuff. No. He's not like most politicians. Yes, of course he responds to the money, but also when he makes up his mind, he makes up his mind. And in this case, because CNN is mean to him, he already made up his mind. I'm not interested in this merger whatsoever because boo CNN. Jeff Zucker. Bah! Anyway, now, what's interesting is that, as I said, he was paid $600,000, and the company did not get a return on their investment. Well, when you look at how much they spend lobbying, that's actually not a lot of money. In fact, that $600,000 paid to Cohen was about 3.5% of the $16.8 million the company spent on 2017 lobbying alone. However, nonetheless, right, if you rip off rich people, doesn't matter the amount. If you take money from the rich, well, then you're in trouble. Okay? That is the number one rule, is you do not rip off the rich. You can rip off poor people every single day, all day long. But don't you dare steal from the rich. See, that's why this is a big deal. This is why this is a scandal, right? And it's also why the guy who hired Cohen, AT&T's former head lobbyist Bob Quinn, is now taking an unexpected retirement. See, you didn't vet this guy. You allowed us to get scammed. You allowed us to get conned by Michael Cohen. Get out of here. You're gone. Cohen embarrassed AT&T. And look, since they're embarrassed, they got to blame somebody, right? For being taken in by this con man. So, look, in a way, it is kind of brilliant. I mean, this is rich people on rich people crime. Well, okay, alleged rich people on rich people crime. Let's be serious about that. But look, again, brilliant, right? Look, here's the thing. Had CNN not been mean to Donald Trump, it's very likely that this merger would have been through. And then, they would have done more business lobbying the White House, lobbying Michael Cohen. And this wouldn't be a scandal at all. But as I said before, he already made up his mind. And so that, as they say, is that. Now, another thing, though, it's not as if the administration hasn't actually helped AT&T. Let's be fair about that, too. Ajit Pai. Look, AT&T is slated to make billions of dollars off the removal of net neutrality rules, which Donald Trump, in appointing Ajit Pai to the FCC, has made sure that they will get rid of. So, to be fair, they did get some return on investment, just not on their $85 billion merger, which of course is going to make them, as I said, billions and billions of dollars. So, but on this, as I said before, Trump had demands that they could not meet. So Cohen and maybe Trump figured, you know what we're just going to do? We're just going to take the money anyway. There are no good guys here. In fact, they're all terrible people. Because on the one side, you've got corporations that are buying access to politicians, access that normal people like you and I don't have, because we can't write multi-million-dollar checks. And on the other hand, you have two incredibly dishonest con artists. And I think the only thing that AT&T actually really regrets is the fact that they fell for the con. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.